Yo, what's up guys? It's Jonathan and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm actually going to be giving you guys my full review of the iPhone 6s and the 6s Plus. I've had these phones for quite a bit of time and I've got to use them day in and day out as my daily driver, and I'm ready to share with you guys my full review and thoughts and whether or not you should upgrade from the 6 or the 6 Plus. So in terms of design, not much has changed since the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. This comes all the way down to the button placement. On the left-hand side, you're going to find your volume up and down buttons, and on the right-hand side, you're going to find your power button. On the bottom, of course, you have your headphone jack, a microphone, your speaker grill, and of course, your lightning port. So really, there's no difference when it comes to the looks of this thing. But when you look at the spec sheet, it's actually a little bit thicker than the previous model, even though you're not going to notice it when you're holding it in your hand or anything like that. Really, the only way you're going to be able to tell that this is the 6S or the 6S Plus is by that little S on the back. It does have a little bit more weight to it compared to its predecessor. The other thing is it's made of new aluminum, so it's going to be a little bit more durable. It feels great in the hand, especially if you don't use a case and you put a skin on your phone. Me personally, I use slick wrap skins. They're definitely one of my favorites. You can really customize your phone with skins and it just gives you some scratch protection and a much better grip versus that bare aluminum feel. Another improvement with the 6S models is the whole Touch ID thing. I mean, they really improved the sensor and this thing is blazing fast. I mean, like second fast. The moment I touch my home button and the screen is turned on, it unlocks instantaneously. I mean, this thing definitely competes with some of the fastest fingerprint scanners on the market and it does a phenomenal job. So for all the security junkies out there, rest assured your things are safe and you can unlock your phone much quicker than last year. Let's talk about the new display. They're not new. I mean, it's pretty much a carryover from last year. It's still more or less a 720p panel on the 6S and the same 1080 panel found on the 6 Plus, which is now on the 6S Plus. Even though I said that it is the same panel, there are some differences between last year and this year. And that includes a new strengthened ionized glass. Even though last year had ionized glass, which is Apple's form of Gorilla Glass, this year is a little bit stronger. I don't know how strong. I haven't scratched my phone yet because I've been using a screen protector. I wouldn't say that it's completely indestructible. So if you drop your phone, you're going to break it. If you have your phone in sand, it's going to scratch. The other difference is 3D touch, which is more or less like Force Touch found on the Apple Watch. You can 3D touch things like emails and pull up a small window instead of having to launch the entire email. There's a lot of useful things with it. And there's actually a lot of third-party app support, so they're very fast on updating it, so big kudos to the developers behind these apps. Y'all are definitely on the ball and doing a great job. I guess my biggest issue with 3D Touch is the fact that it doesn't save you any time. So I can pretty much launch the app and do whatever I need to within the app, and about the same time or faster than 3D touching the app shortcut. So let's talk about what's powering these things now. You're looking at a dual-core A9 chipset and a 6-core GPU. And you don't need to see any kind of statistics or benchmarks, just know these things are quick. And if you pair that with the 2 gigabytes of RAM on board, your multitasking, your gaming, whatever it is that you're doing on this phone, it's going to do a damn good job. Speaking of internals, it has a new haptic feedback motor or vibration motor, depending how you want to look at it, and it is a much needed improvement. The actual vibrations on these are very deep. You can still feel them just as good, if not more, but it's not as noisy and cheap sounding. All those internals mean absolutely nothing without great software, and of course the new iPhones are running iOS, and it's iOS 9.02 to be exact, and overall it's been a great experience. I mean, it's not a huge change from iOS 8. It does have some welcome features and some bug fixes, and on the 6S it runs wonderful. Everything is buttery smooth with minimal software hiccups. However, on the 6S Plus, I have this bug that keeps happening where a black and white keyboard pops up and it just won't go away. When I lock my phone, it's still there. It's still popped up, still visible, even with the screen turned off. And the only way to get it to go away is to actually shut down the phone altogether. If you do a hard reset, sometimes the phone won't turn back on right away. You gotta wait 5 to 10 minutes for it to actually power on, so it's kind of weird. Really, the only difference found when it comes to software on the 6S models versus the previous models is the whole Hey Siri function. And now it kind of acts like Google Now. So you can just say, hey Siri, she'll pop up even when the screen is turned off or you're not plugged into a charger. See, that was a limitation before, was that you had to be and plugged into a charger. Now you don't have to. Battery life on these phones is outstanding actually, even the 6S. I mean, to me, if you're an average user, you're not a power user, you're not on your phone all day, every day doing a lot of different things, the 6S will definitely get you through a full day. Now the 6S Plus is in a whole nother league. This thing is outstanding. I mean, I almost went 48 hours on a single charge while still using my phone. So it wasn't like I just left it on standby and didn't use it. I actually used it for 2 full days almost, around 35 hours, 34 hours to be exact, and this thing was on point. Finally, we get to my favorite part about any phone, and that's the camera. And the cameras have been improved by 4 megapixels, so they're up from 8 to 12. And the pixel size has also been increased, giving you better low light performance, or at least they say. You do get a little less noise with these versus last year, but like I said, it's not that big of a difference. The 6S Plus does have optical image stabilization just like last year, and the 6S did not get it. It still uses the software stabilization, but it still works great. These phones are now capable of capturing 4K video, and they do a great job. On the front, you have 5 megapixel cameras, so again, up from last year by quite a bit. But the thing is, it's still 720p. However, images are great, and even the 720p looks great. It's just when you start getting into areas that have less light, you definitely notice a lot of noise and image quality just goes down. Apple also uses a built-in flash mechanism on the front, so instead of having an actual LED flash, it just flashes the screen. It works pretty well. I don't know. It does its job, I guess. I wouldn't say it's as good as the flash found on the Moto X Pure or the Moto X Style, but for the most part, it does an okay job. Speaking of image quality and video quality, this entire video has been shot with the iPhone 6S and the 6S Plus. I did compress it to 1080p. That's the reason why you're not seeing 4K pop up on YouTube. And even the whole scene of me in the beginning talking to the camera, that was done on the iPhone 6S. I did do a little work in post with the footage. Actually, I had to do quite a bit of work. And the reason why I'm telling you that is not to mislead you behind the image quality, it's to let you know that it can still be graded. I mean, you can't apply a LUT. I personally did, and it looked like crap. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you guys like it? Do you guys prefer a different phone? I would love to know your thoughts and opinions. Ultimately, I guess it comes down to one question. If you have the 6 or the 6 Plus, should you get these newer models? And that depends on a few different factors. If you're under contract or you have to pay full price for these, absolutely not. Just wait for the newer model and then get it then. If, however, you're on like a device trade-in upgrade program like Next, Edge, or Jump on Demand, then go for it. I mean, these are definitely an improvement over last year, and they offer a lot of advancements, and the whole usability and functionality behind these are great, and the experience has been great. The camera is awesome, battery life is stellar, and 3D Touch is pretty fun to use, I have to admit. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, follow me on all my social media connections, and of course I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.